Okay, you made yourself laugh as well. It's really good that you can make yourself happy too. Oh, yeah, that's really good. Go, because we are at 8 minutes and we've only been through a minute.
My girlfriend, ugly as a dog. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
I'm Waldemar.
And I'm Weronika.
And today we are watching a channel that was recommended to us recently. Oh, this guy has a Polish flag there. For some reason.
Oh, it does.
You're gonna see it in a moment. This channel is called Geography Now. And we haven't seen this channel, I think. Maybe I watched something by accident because it's a pretty popular channel from what I have seen. But I don't remember watching it.
I've seen no videos. I had a couple of videos from this channel already on the list for us to watch.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think the recommendations that I found, they were not as good. And now that I was browsing it, I found this video, which is all 50 US states summarized, which seems like something that would be fun for us to know and may also interest you, since most of our audience is American. So you may have some nice inputs about it later as well. I think this channel is like a mixture of informative and funny, but I'm not sure.
Well, I have no idea. I've never seen it. Do you still remember all the states?
Not all of the... I learned all 50 states at some point.
Yeah, we were doing the quizzes. It was... The website is called Jetpunk, I think.
Mm-hmm, Jetpunk.
You know, there are different quizzes for different categories, different kinds of knowledge. And the most popular ones are for geography, and you can time yourself. And you can try to type all the countries in the world, all the countries in Europe. I did all the countries in Europe. I did not do all the countries in the world.
No, not at all.
I didn't even know that there are so many of them. But we were trying to do all the 50 US states. Mm-hmm. And I did it never learning it. I did 30 something, I think.
Yeah.
But then Weronika was like, oh, I'm gonna learn it.
Yeah, I wanted to show off because I can learn things quite quickly by heart.
Yeah.
So I learned it, I think, in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was very fast. But then I tried to remind myself every couple of weeks because the nature of this kind of memory is that it goes in one in and out.
But she remembered it pretty well because I remember I was asking you a couple of months later, and you still did all the states.
I still did all the states, but this was already like half a year ago. So if I had to guess, I think I would go to like 40.
You want to show up for our viewers?
No.
Can you try on A?
No.
Just try a couple of on A.
No.
They won't believe us. They will think that we are lying to them.
I would never lie to anyone. Okay, for A, there's like Arizona, Arkansas, Alabama, Alaska, right?
Yeah.
And then for B, I can't think of anything.
They're all 40 or only 4?
I don't know. I'm just going. Then I would go back. For B, I can't think of anything from the top of my head. For C, there's Colorado, California. What else is there for C?
Is Connecticut a state?
Connecticut is
a
state.
city?
It is a state, but is it with a C or is it with a K? No, it's with a C. I think so. It's Connecticut. Then there's something more with C, I think. But then with D, we have...
Alright, stop showing off. We don't have that much time on the video, and everyone already turned it off. It is because of you.
It's because it started going well for me. Okay, if you want to hear me say states starting with a D, then tune into our next video.
Alright, let's see this one.
I've never really had time until now. So of course the majority of Geography Now subscribers are from, my home country, the US. However, we do have a very, very noticeable and sizable community of subscribers outside of the US. And some of you have expressed, a little curiosity as to how each of the 50 states, kind of function or what they're like. Each state does kind of have their own unique individual qualities, and I'm gonna try my best to explain each and every single one of them to you right now. Alabama, where both white people and black people are poor, but they party equally hard. Roll Tide! No, but seriously, Alabama is kind of like where the Confederacy started, so, Civil War. Alaska, America's refrigerator. Seriously, this is like where we stockpile up all our resources that we won't tap into until things get really messed up. It's the largest and coldest state. You can find polar bears and the native Yupik people. Arizona, the Grand Canyon state. This is kind of like the King Desert state of the US. Arizona is also home to the largest Indian reservation, Navajo Nation.
This one I didn't know.
I said Arkansas.
No, I said I didn't know about the American
Arizona.
Indians.
Oh, I think I knew that one.
Yeah?
You know what I knew it from? From the drink Arizona, because I was Googling it and then I read about Arizona.
Well,
It's a really good drink.
That's how we get the knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I knew about the Alaska, that it's cold there, and you have all the resources there. And Russia did the greatest deal of all time, selling it to you for like $15. Oh, it always makes me happy.
Yeah, it makes me
seeing
happy
Russia
too.
lose. About Alabama, I knew it too. I didn't knew that it was the state where the Confederacy started.
Oh no, me neither. No.
But I knew it was like a like a center of the Confederacy, and I know that it's still. Do we have any viewers from Alabama?
I have no idea, probably.
I heard that it's still a shithole.
But you have a nice song about it. One of the best songs from America. Sweet
It's good, but it's like
Okay,
it's okay.
let's go before we lose all of the viewers.
Basically, just read the book Where the Red Fern Grows. It basically just gives you the gist of what Arkansas is like. And the people here love dogs. They have like the highest dog ownership out of any state in the country. California, my home state. So let me just put it like this. If California somehow, for some reason, seceded from the US, it would still be like the world's 7th most powerful economic superpower. So obviously, California holds a high position of geopolitical influence in our country. Nonetheless, California is still heavily dependent on the US government. We're the home of the entertainment capital of the world. 3 of the largest tech companies in the world are in Silicon Valley. Crazy diversity and everything you need packed into one place, California.
And it's the hottest state, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, nowadays especially.
I didn't know that. I thought Florida.
It was a joke, but I don't know if it was a funny joke.
It went over in my
Yes,
head.
I was-
Okay, because of the fires. Okay. Ha ha! Ha 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 ha!
Can you make a joke about it?
I think you can make a joke about it.
But I think didn't someone die there, or they didn't?
Yeah, they did. We can make a joke about anything because jokes, censorship, boo. But that's why I said ha ha ha! Like hilarious. People died.
No, I
I
wasn't
don't know if
laughing
anyone
about it.
died, to be honest. Though.
I didn't know it too.
That's probably disrespectful.
But they
so
did
sorry,
they
but
did
I
they put
don't-
it out already or not?
From what I know, no.
No,
not
still no.
everything, no.
What are you doing? You have a fucking ocean just next to it. Can you just use this water? I saw planes from Canada trying to put out this fire, and I have no idea why. I have no idea why you need planes from Canada. Like you have planes.
Maybe they didn't have proper equipment there. I don't know, but you do.
What,
You're right. You do
United
have the biggest
States.
retention.
United States doesn't have planes now,
I don't know. They have to be special. I don't know.
or maybe it's because California voted blue, and Trump is like, oh, let them burn.
I think.
Let
I
them
think
burn.
if the fires are still
It's a
going on.
beautiful fire. It's the greatest fire I have ever seen.
That's actually pretty good.
A beautiful fire, and the people there, they are horrible people. So let them burn.
Okay, on the off chance that someone actually did pass away, then maybe let's cut this joke. But that was a good
I
impression.
did pretty good impression of Trump.
did
and
a pretty good
you want to cut this away?
No, I said cut it short, not cut it away. We were keeping your Trump impression. That was pretty good, really. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed, to be honest. Like, if I wasn't your girlfriend already, you'd be getting a pretty good chance with that impression. Okay, you made yourself laugh as well. It's really good that you can make yourself happy too. Oh, that's really good. Go, because we are at 8 minutes and we've only been through a minute.
My girlfriend, ugly as a dog.
Goodbye.
Yeah, last video on this channel.
It's revenge for the last one, isn't it? Okay.
Sorry, let's continue.
No, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Sorry, I need to go back.
You have to go back in time and not make that joke.
Colorado, our healthiest state, which has the lowest levels of obesity. This is probably because people go outdoors and get, fresh air and enjoy those mountains. Just be careful if someone offers you a chocolate truffle or a brownie. They are really enjoying those new cannabis laws. Connecticut is like the gentler, cleaner suburbs
right.
that people move to when they are sick and tired of New York. Delaware, the first state to become a state. And that's like literally all they got going for them. I think they
I
have
didn't
like
know
a
that, did you?
cardboard box factory. Florida, America's swampy playground. Seriously, like none of the houses here here have basements, because if you just dig down a little bit, you'll hit water. Orlando was originally built because not enough Americans could travel all the way to California to visit Disneyland, so they built Disney World. They made it bigger, and then like 8,745 other theme parks opened up. Georgia, the Peach State. Home to Coca-Cola and the busiest airport in the US. Boiled peanuts and Little Miss Beauty pageants. Yeah, some places do that in America. Hawaii, the last state to become a state. Before we made Hawaii into a state, it was actually its own country, like it was a Polynesian country. They had their own monarchy and everything. Liliuokalani was the last queen. It's pretty cool. Otherwise, you know the rest. Hula, surfing, pineapples, luau's, yada yada yada. Idaho. The only fact that most Americans know about Idaho is that they grow the most potatoes out of any other state. I mean, apparently they have some cool secluded spots like hot springs and gorges. Otherwise, I feel like the people in Idaho are probably hiding a lot of dark secrets that we don't know about. Illinois. The land of Lincoln. Even though Lincoln was born in Kentucky.
It's the state where there are most polls, I think.
Is that where is
Chicago? It's in Illinois.
Chicago is in Illinois.
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to stop myself from saying something stupid, but I see we are on the roll of roasting me.
Now, I actually grew up a large portion of my childhood in this state, and a lot of people know this place by another name, Chicago. Seriously, like, half the time people don't even know what state Chicago is in. And historically, it was known as like the slaughterhouse of America, partially because all the cows from Texas were brought up here to be slaughtered, and also because there was kind of like a little bit of a mafia past. Indiana is like Illinois' annoying little brother who took the town of Gary away from Chicago, and then they get to claim that they have the birthplace of Michael Jackson. No, but seriously, like, the only interesting thing from here is like the Indy 500 car race. Otherwise, John Green is from here. Iowa. Iowa is like the state that was so flat and so dull that they had to find creative ways to entertain themselves. Oh, and they're known for being really good at wrestling. Kansas is the heart of the Midwest, famous for Dorothy from Wizard of Oz, and this is literally the flattest state in our entire country. Kentucky, you with your baseball bats and bourbon and KFC and horse derbies. It's also home to Fort Knox, where we hide all our gold. Louisiana, now y'all coming down here, y'all gonna see that you gonna get the real culture Cajun. Vous comprenez, mon ami? Louisiana is one of the only few states left in the US that has concentrated francophone communities that speak French, kind of. Known for the bayou and a diet high in crawfish and crabs, reptiles and other swamp creatures, this place is unlike anywhere else in the US. Maine, the lobster state. This is like where all the tough Atlantic sailors come and live and have houses on foggy cliffs with lighthouses. Maryland is like home.
I thought, sorry, I'm coming back a little bit, but I thought that all those states like Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, that they are similar when it comes to like weather and the how do you say it?
Climate,
yeah. So apparently no.
Apparently no. I'm not gonna say I thought that or not. I don't think I had a thought about it.
The True Detective. You remember True Detective?
Of course I remember True Detective.
It happens in the Mississippi, if I remember correctly, and it's like a swampy place, swampy state. And I thought it's that all of them are like that, but he said
that's not the case.
It's Louisiana only.
We'll wait to hear about the Mississippi.
This is where you're eating this gumbo, or how is it called?
Come again?
Gumbo. They have this food in one of those states.
What's gumbo? Gambas are shrimps in Spanish. Is that what?
No. Gumbo is like this sort of dish that you cook it in one stew, in one bowl, and I can't tell you how it's
made. I haven't
made.
heard of it.
No,
I don't think so.
But Joshua Weissman had a video about it.
Well, I know what we're watching next then. Joshua, if you're watching the videos, teach me how to cook. That's not even an euphemism.
That's cool.
Houses. Maryland is like home to the richest, most well-educated black people in our country. It's also home to Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps. They also love crab cakes, baked crab, boiled crab. You cook it, they eat it. Massachusetts is like the library of America, and it has our best university, indisputably in the world, Harvard. However, there's like 3 different types of people from Massachusetts. There's the uppity, the gritty, and the intellectual gritty. They all believe they are better than the other 2.
Is Harvard really the best? Or it's just like an American thing to say?
No.
What about Oxford and Cambridge?
They are, in most of the rankings, they are lower than Harvard in law. Yeah. Just below, but they are. Yeah, it is supposed to be the best one.
I wanted to say something about Michael Phelps. But maybe I have said it already. I don't like the fact that he has so many medals, and I think that this is ridiculous. Because it's only in swimming you can earn so many medals on the Olympics. Like, no other discipline you can do that. Like, if you are a tennis player, you can only win 1 medal, maybe 2 if you are playing with the other person in a team, like a double. But for swimming, for some reason, there is 4 medals to win if you're swimming on your back, 60 medals to win if you're swimming in the classic style. I don't know how you call the styles of swimming in English.
Yeah, me neither.
But he's like he's the best Olympian ever. Yeah, he's good at swimming, but it's like it should be one discipline, 1 medal to win, and not 1 medal to win for every discipline, and then for swimming, you can win 30 medals.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how different the different styles of swimming are, if it's uncommon that someone is so good at all of them, or if it's usual that people get medals in all of the different styles. Because if it was just him, then that would be impressive. But if it's usual for swimmers to get at least 3 or 5 different medals, then that would be a different case. I don't know.
And the other 2. Michigan! I am so sorry. You were doing so well in the early 20th century. You're like one of the richest states, but then you kind of filed the largest municipal bankruptcy case in US history. Minnesota. I was actually born there. Minnesota is kind of like the Finland of America. Plus, there's also like an actual lot of Finnish people and other Nordic people that live there as well. The land of 10,000 lakes. And if I must say, they have some of the most attractive people in our country. It's just, they have kind of funny accents. Hey kids, let's go grab our bags and read the magazines. Yeah, I grew up with that accent. Mississippi. This is like probably America's truest, deepest, southern, y'all put some butter on my grits state. Speaking of butter, yes, they are the fattest state. Just, they are. They love their churches, pecans, and tons of famous people like Oprah and Elvis were born here. Missouri, America's gateway to the Midwest. Missouri is kind of like Kentucky's fraternal twin that also got mixed up in the Civil War and was kind of acting like a buffer zone. Today they are known for their Kansas City barbecue. Yeah, the largest part of Kansas City is actually in Missouri, not in Kansas. Las Vegas for old people, and people who probably collect those tacky figurines and put them in their china cabinets. Sorry, Missouri, that's the image that conjures up in my head when I think of you. Montana, America's big, empty, mountainous, may as well just make the whole thing an Indian reservation state. I mean, seriously, you got the Blackfoot, the Flathead, the Crow, the Cheyenne. Nebraska, corn and steak. That's literally like their only attraction. Oh, and Warren Buffett, the second richest man in America, lives here. Nevada is like California's drunk girlfriend. Las Vegas alone is like 80% of what keeps the state alive. Oh, and we bury all of our nuclear waste somewhere in there too. Rock on, Nevada. New Hampshire is kind of like a small autumn wonderland with beautiful foliage and wooden covered bridges. Home to Dartmouth, the smallest Ivy League university. New Jersey, pretty rich and very angry. Like, they don't even try to brush off the stereotype. They just own it. They either go crazy on the dance floor or crazy on each other. New Mexico is like Arizona's little brother that had to live in his shadow his whole life, but then Breaking Bad happened and now he came out with like six-pack abs and a sleek new look. And Roswell is supposedly where aliens landed. New York is kind of like where so much of American history got its roots. Most Caucasian Americans that have ties to immigrants from the 1800s can trace their ancestors back to Ellis Island, where most Europeans came in. Home to our largest city by population, New York. Proud people with big attitudes, and they never sleep. Seriously, like, this whole place never stops moving.
I thought that was Las Vegas, the city that never sleeps.
No, New York. And it's if I would ever visit US, I have never been there, but it's the one place I would like to visit the most.
Oh, New York for sure, yeah.
Maybe it's not like unusual for someone to say, but I think I would want to visit New York. And some other things too. I like those big spaces you have there.
Like Texas. I would like to see Texas as well, because when I think of America, I often think of that as well.
Texas. I like from what he said already, I like the Minnesota vibe mostly. Like the lakes, stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or Montana. That's also what I like. The desert.
I really want to see a desert, that's also a thing. But yeah, you're right. Like, New York just seems like concentrated American. You will get to see all the billboards, experience all the culture, everything.
Maybe not all the culture, because people from the East, they will tell you that, from the West, they will tell you, oh, it's not all the culture.
I mean more like the very concentrated, very stereotypical American culture. Not like the best that there is by any means, but just the stereotypical experience that you kind of want to get if you only have a couple of days of a holiday, right?
Yeah, people here in Europe mostly know America from watching Friends. Yeah. So New York is like, the thing for us.
The thing to see.
North Carolina, the first in-flight state in which the Wright brothers flew the first powered aircraft in 1903. Otherwise, Coca-Cola's arch nemesis Pepsi was born here. North Dakota, congratulations! Now everybody's paying attention to you because of that whole Standing Rock Reservation, Dakota Access Pipeline controversy drama thing. In addition to a high concentration of Native Americans, there's also a lot of Norwegians that live here, many of which still speak Norwegian at home. Ohio is like the most plain Jane typical American experience state with corn dogs and fireflies in the summer with fireworks and carnivals. They also have the largest Amish population out of any other state. Then election time comes up and everything becomes a bloodbath. Oklahoma, America's tornado state. Now, pretty much all of the Midwest gets tornadoes. However, Oklahoma, dang, you get hit hard. Oregon, it started out as like the frontier logging and lumber state with burly men with axes and chainsaws. But then one day, the hippies realized they couldn't afford living in San Francisco anymore, so they all just kind of moved up north. Now Oregon is like this weird lumberjack, vegan, hipster, hybrid freak show with good donuts. Pennsylvania, America's history state. We should have had our capital over here, and technically at one point our Congress did actually meet in Philadelphia. If you want a real American history story, come here. Rhode Island, our smallest state, and it's not even an island. It's not even a peninsula. The heck, Rhode Island. Anyway, they were one of the original 13 colonies, and other than that, they really don't have much else going for them. I mean, they're home to the fictional city of Quahog in the show Family Guy, but that's about it. South Carolina. These people love their tobacco, fudge, walnuts, and it's home to the largest portion of the Gullah community. They speak their own Creole mixed with African influences, and they hold their own communal festivals and celebrations. South Dakota, the other Dakota. Home to Mount Rushmore, America's most iconic presidential landmark. They're also working on the largest sculpture in the world, the Crazy Horse Monument. Otherwise, like North Dakota, they also have a sizable Native American community, mostly part of the Sioux Nation. Tennessee is kind of like the girl down the block that Texas has a little crush on. The capital of the Appalachians, mountain folk, bluegrass. Country music artists all come here in hopes of making record deals.
Tennessee, I knew mostly because when I was doing this quiz on Jetpack, I never could write it correctly. so I remember it.
Wait, T-E double N?
I think
double S-E?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a good strategy to have people remember you.
Now everybody knows about Texas. Texas was at one point even its own country, and in Texas everything is bigger. Football, or American football, is basically a religion. Barbecue and barbecue sauce are each separate food groups. Cattle ranches are everywhere, and contrary to popular belief, most Texans don't really mind Mexicans or Mexican culture, as so many already live in their state that they've actually kind of developed this new Tex-Mex culture that fuses both of them. Utah, basically everybody kind of knows this place as being like America's Mormon state. Salt Lake City is like the headquarters of the Mormon Church, and
nice.
Over half of the entire state's population is registered with them. Otherwise, they have great skiing. The Sundance Festival comes here all the time, and they have great eroded rock formations, like my favorite site in all of America, Monument Valley. Vermont is kind of like New Hampshire's smaller twin brother that makes a lot more maple syrup. Otherwise, the only other thing that they got going for them is Ben & Jerry's. Like seriously, if that company goes bankrupt, they will become the next Michigan. Virginia is kind of like where everything started with the US. Essentially, the British came in, they tried to start a little small town, and then the whole Pocahontas thing happened, and then Disney made everything incredibly accurate. It holds so much history. So Virginia and Pennsylvania, those are like the two history states. Washington, the evergreen state. Basically, imagine the exact same scenario with Oregon, except replace hippies with computer nerds. Bam! Microsoft, Amazon, Expedia, Starbucks, Boeing, they're all born. Oh, and a volcano erupted in the 80s, and it's like really easy to catch flounder in their waters. West Virginia is like the southernmost like state that was actually part of the Union during the Civil War. It was like, nope, Virginia, I'm leaving you. They are also the oldest state. The average age is about 40, and we get a lot of coal from here.
The children are sending all the children.
Yeah, they must be. Maybe their education is not that good there, but oh my god, average age 40. That's really, I thought Poland was a North country.
Yeah.
I wonder what is the average age of Poland? What do you think?
I guess not 40.
Like 30? I don't know.
Wisconsin, America's dairyland. Now, my personal belief is that everybody needs to have at least one friend from Wisconsin. I personally do. My friend Bill, he's actually the one who made the theme song for Geography Now. Wisconsin people are like the easiest to get along with. They have the best stories. They're also like home to the country's most attractive, chubby people. They don't care. They own it and they flaunt it. Wyoming, home to our country's most noticeable national park, Yellowstone. Beautiful place, waterfalls, shooting geysers, hot springs. They have tons of buffalo, and it's kind of like the training grounds for actual cowboys. And here's a little bonus, Washington, D.C., our capital. Although it has a population higher than 2 states, it's not a state, it's a federal district. The president lives here sometimes, Congress assembles, mostly, all the museums.
I heard that Washington DC is, I think, the city with the most murders in the United States.
Really? You would think it would be one of the most ones.
I heard that it's complicated because the city is kind of like divided into two cities, and there is one where there is a president and rich people, and it's like, oh, it's pretty good there, and there is the other city. I think the river is separating them. I'm not sure, and the other city is just horrible. They have. I don't want to take the numbers out of my ass, but there is more killings there than in Mexico.
Really?
Cities in Mexico.
Oh my God.
It's, I think, in the top 5 most violent cities in the world.
Really? I never knew that. You know, there's this saying in Poland, I don't know, I think there is an equivalent in English, that it's the darkest under the lamppost.
Yeah.
There is an equivalent that I'm not thinking of. So kind of like that. So you just, when you want to sell something illegal and you make a station right next to the police station, it's kind of like this. Maybe because they are so occupied with protecting that area. I don't know.
No, I think mostly it's because of this, the separation that you have the district for the rich people and all the poor people are there, and it's like
there's a lot of opportunity, but
we're throwing all the problems there. We don't care about them. We put all the money in the city on this side, and they can
sort it out. Yeah, and they would also want to stick around if there are rich people close by for all sorts of crime. It's nice to have them nearby,
No, but it's not like that. The rich people are not affected by any by all this crime.
So all the crime is contained to that area.
Yeah.
Then I really
so
don't
it's
get
like
it.
It's like a city, but it's like 2 cities inside it. It's weird. In Europe, you don't have it as much. You don't have, of course, there is more crime in the city, but there is not such a difference. You can have killings going on in the cities, but also on the countryside. Yeah. It's not like cities are much more violent than the outskirts or the villages. But I didn't even know that America is so brutal. I mean, I know that there is a lot of violence, but when you will look at the list of the top 100 most violent cities, most murders per capita, then America has a lot of cities in this top 100.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, which is strange because there are countries from the whole world on that list.
Yeah, but it's mostly like third world countries. You have a lot of places from Mexico, a lot of places from Brazil, and there is only one country from the first world.
And that's America.
And they have not one city, but lots of cities.
Museums in the Smithsonian are free, but the hot dogs are crazy expensive. There's statues, monuments, and everywhere you are being watched. Security cameras are everywhere. So have fun. Just not too much fun. Oh yeah, and we also have those territories like Puerto Rico, Guam, Marianas, and Virgin Islands, but we'll talk about those later. All right, now very quickly before we end this video, just please just listen. As you guys know, I've mentioned this before. I'm trying to work to save up for my heritage trip that me and my mom are taking. And as you guys know, one way I'm doing that is by doing more of these sponsored videos. And I'm very happy to announce that a great company called Skillshare has decided to sponsor Geography Now.
I hope he got to go.
Thanks, Skillshare. You guys rock. Great learning material. Check them out. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. Subscribe. Stay cool. Stay tuned.
All right. Sorry for pausing a lot, but those kind of videos.
Very fast-paced, and you want to interject with your thoughts.
Yeah,
and I think everything that you said was pretty interesting, so I don't think anyone minded.
If you minded, let me know. But I cannot promise you to be better.
No, I think you had interesting points.
It was difficult to pause because I wanted to say something about the other state, and then we were already in the middle of the next state. So editing this video will be a nightmare. But this time, fortunately, it's Weronika's turn to edit videos.
I'm not so sure it's still my turn.
I edited 10 videos lately, and you edited 3.
Oh, that's why you didn't want to do 5
so
and 5.
Now it's time for you.
Because you were going to watch all the videos that you knew were going to be hard to edit, so it's my turn. Don't worry, I'll edit it.
You chose this video.
That is true. I'll edit it beautifully for you. But thanks for the recommendation. Really, this is exactly the kind of recommendations that we're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
A great channel with a lot of potential. Sorry, I cut you in, but the great channel with a lot of potential. And this video was super informative.
Funny too.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of opportunities to say something, even if we didn't add anything. Then it was like we could share something that we knew, and maybe it's interesting for you to know what we know about America and what we don't know, and what stereotypes we know. So yeah, if you have any more recommendations like that, please let us know, because this is exactly the content that we would like to see and create.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.